Hey guys, welcome back to Joseph and Crypto. I'm going to share with you 5 coins that I believe will outperform the market. No, I'm not here to shill any coins. I'm not going to talk about small cap coins because in general those are just shilled. And I hope anybody who watches understands that most coins and most YouTube videos on small cap coins are there to shill them, and they do have a financial investment in them. Nothing I say is financial advice. It's just my opinion, and I am personally actually invested in all these coins, but they're big cap coins, and you probably are aware of most, or if not all of them, except Kylin, which is the smallest of them all. But I'll go over that one last. So Cardano for me is one that, if you're not aware of it, you probably are not so aware of crypto yet. But Cardano is something that it hits more on my value of like wanting to change the world and wanting to do better for the world. And so if you're not aware, they launched to, I think it was 5 million Ethiopians, basically merged like passport and all these license and registrations all into the blockchain. And basically, they're still in development. They've released their testnet just recently. I think it's called Goguen or something like that. I actually had a really large bag of Cardano, but I sold it at 1.56 average. Unfortunately, I think I only have like $5,000 in it now. But either way, I really love Cardano, and a friend of mine likes to put his profits into Bitcoin, and I'm going to be putting my profits into Cardano actually because I believe in that the most. I do think Cardano this year will outperform most coins. If you're looking for that 10x, Cardano might just be that in a year. The next one that I really like is Avalanche. It is a blockchain that is also still in development. And basically, it's one of the competitors, you could say, of things like Matic, Polkadot, Cardano, etc., etc. I really like this coin, and I think it's kind of not paid attention to right now. And so, like, I think I have like $3,500 in this coin right now, which obviously I'm down a little bit, but you can see that this coin though has taken a pretty big drop from, I don't know, around 42, 40-ish dollars. I know before that big drop day it hit like $42 or something like that, and then it fell all the way down to $13, which is actually quite incredible. I didn't even catch when it hit 13, but yeah. So basically, I own some Avalanche. I do believe in it. I think that because it's not yet, like, there's not that much attention into it, it should get its own growth spike in the near future. You can see that I did one here from what, $3 to, I think this is like 50 something dollars, and then it kind of consolidated here for a bit. But anyway, do your own research. Check out Avalanche. I really like it. COTI I like simply because I am all about Cardano, and that's what I want to stake my whole bet on. But I just feel like, and this is my personal opinion, is I feel like COTI is going to be like one of the most solid companies in Cardano, and that's why out of all the Cardano projects, this is one that I believe in the most. I originally actually had like $10,000 into COTI, but and I really should have sold at 50 cents, but I didn't. Would have been like, I don't know, $15,000. But I ended up selling at a major loss when everything dipped to get into some high risk coins. But I've stuck $500 back in COTI. So let's see what happens. I wish, I still had that big bag because it's a project I really believe in. But when you're looking into this type of stuff, I think you should always look into the team members and click into it. And, this should bring you to their LinkedIn, and you can verify and see who they are and what their past experience is. I don't use Safari. I'm only using it because I don't really want to show my tabs on both Brave and Chrome. But anyway, this is a payment system for Cardano. I really believe in it. I think it'll do very well. When Cardano was blowing up before the drop, COTI actually started to blow up. I bought in anywhere from 35 cents to 40 cents, and it blew all the way up to 50 cents, which I didn't sell like I mentioned. The next one is Luna. This is one I've been hearing so much about, and just looking at their website, I was like, wow, this kind of makes sense. But from another reason why I got into it was just because the drop was pretty much 70% drop or 60% drop, or depending on which number you take it from, right? It went all the way down to like $4. I think I got in at around $7. When I sold out on a loss of other positions, I moved to Luna because it had dropped more. This is a really big project, and I think that it's kind of neglected right now. I'm not really sure why it dropped so much, but if I was going to stake my money on something, right, and I do have, I believe it's $4,000 into Luna. I think that's the current total value of what I'm at with the current price. But it's a coin that I think is going to be here in the long run, and I think that it's also going to do really, really well. If you imagine, like, if you get in and it doesn't even go back, let's say everything else goes back to the original price, well, this is going to do like a 3x just to get back to the original price, right? So, and it depends where you bought. If you bought at $4, that's 5x. If you bought at $5, it's 4x. If you bought it at $6, that's 4-ish x, but all depends, 3, 4, whatever. Anyway, so that's Luna. You can check it out. And then finally, Kylin. And I bring this one up just because it is a more risky trade, but I just feel like, you look at IDOs and how they work, and there's usually a moment when IDOs start to do this exact same pattern, and there's a point at which things break out and go upwards. Now, this is a newer project, and this is a small cap coin. I invested around 90 cents, and I think I put 8,000 in, so I'm like negative 6,000. So I'm down by a lot. You could technically say I don't have that much gain from shilling this small coin, but anyway, do your own research to look at it. It's basically the data infrastructure for Polkadot. They want to do Web 3.0 stuff, etc. I have just actually learned this one from Alex Becker, and I've looked into it myself and looked at the team and been like, you know what, this seems like it could be potentially really good. That's why I put that much money into it, and then technically it tanked. And they say don't try to catch falling knives, which is like don't try to time the bottom. That's kind of what I did. I watched this for a long time, and I saw it go down, and I ended up buying at 80 cents. And now it's at 30 cents, and I feel like we definitely are at a possible bottom for it. And so that's why I would be comfortable moving a little bit more money into Kylin. I don't want to be too heavily invested in things, but I think that this is a good coin and a good investment from what I've seen from the people and the team behind it. I want to give a quick example, though, of something that I've seen with IDOs or coins that are kind of like in this pattern, right? I think the first thing to understand is that it's never a good idea to try to time it. There will be a time when you feel like, oh my God, like I never expected to drop this low, and I think that's when you might want to actually invest in it. Like Wazir X, which is it's owned by Binance actually, and it's the exchange for India. And basically, I was in this, and it just kept dropping on me, and I ended up just selling at a loss. I think at $1. I think I just saw it today shoot up to $2. Yeah, that's right. But if you look at it, right, if you were to try to time it all the way down to 85 cents, that's really hard to do because you see it at 580, and then you're like, oh my God, it's dropped by half. It's at $3. Or even if you use the Fibonacci, this dropped all the way back down, right? What is this? This is like 70 cents. This one was like 70 cents. So before this whole outbreak, it dropped all the way back down. And it's really hard to time these kinds of things. My personal opinion is what I said of waiting for a confirmation, first of all, I didn't say this, but waiting for a confirmation for it to go up, and then buying on the break of trend, which a lot of traders like to say. But on the other hand, don't try to invest and try to play in the bottom. And I think one indicator is when you're like, oh, hey, like this coin has dropped way beyond what I even believe possible. And I think that's when you want to invest. So with Kylin, like this went from $2 to 28 cents. That's basically, if it goes back up, it's almost 8x or something like that. And so 25, 23 cents, I'm not sure, but what the lowest was, I'd have to check the actual chart, 22 cents. But anyway, so to me, this has been like really bottomed out, and I really expect this to do a light pump up. Even if it continues to go down, it should do a light pump up before it goes down. And you're talking about maybe a 40%, 50% pump. So this is a coin I recommend. It's just a little bit more risky, so be aware and check to see if you like the coin itself. But typically when Polkadot pumps, the Polkadot ecosystem pumps, and Kylin is part of the Polkadot ecosystem, and Polkadot has pumped. So that's the only reason why I left this in here. I hope this helps you make a lot of money, and these are just my picks for things that should pump if Bitcoin continues to rise. But let me know.